Welcome. I am your host, Wanda L. Scott. It is not 9 a.m. Eastern Time. It is a little later than that, but I had a client engagement that took priority to going on live at 9 a.m. But we are here today. And as usual, I will share a mindset pivot so that we can thrive and not just survive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Welcome to Thrive Thursdays. Are you ready to thrive? I know that you are. So let's get started. As a reminder, this is National Women's History Month. And I told you last Thursday that my Thrive Thursdays for the rest of the month were going to be focused on things that cause women not to be able to thrive. So today's episode 7, we are looking at overwhelm. Overwhelm. Overwhelm can look so many different ways to women as we are everywhere doing everything. We are so advantageous from the office space to the classroom to running our own businesses, being the go to person. Women have learned to be strong. You've heard the analogy strong Black women. But we are human and we become overwhelmed in those places and in those spaces, those quiet spaces when you can't see us. We curl up and we cry because we can become overwhelmed. And we sometimes are looking up and looking for some way to not just survive in this overwhelmed state where we are the caregivers, where we can't take time off, or where we've been the matriarch for so many years. There are so many ways that women are overwhelmed and they're just surviving. So, we are speaking to that today and possibly the ways that we can have a mindset pivot, a shift across the board so we don't keep operating in survive mode and women can start thriving. We've thrived over the ages. There is so much data around women overcoming. But a lot of times our ingenuity, our the way that we keep going is just in survival mode, not in thrive mode. Overwhelm just hits us in so many different places. So our mindset pivot today, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, is that we sometimes have to stop. We have to stop taking on the perspective that we have to do it all, that we have to, as a Black woman, live up to the title Strong Black Woman, that as a woman, we have to take everything and we don't allow ourselves to operate in our emotions, which emotional intelligence is a factor of success. Emotions are biological. We can show our emotions and we can be courageous in that. Spiritually, women over the ages have relied on their faith to do great things, to help the world, to help the needy, just to keep us focused and moving out of survive into thrive. So that mindset pivot is that we have the opportunity to define how we want to thrive. And we don't have to stay in those places, in those spaces where we are feeling undue obligation that we shouldn't be owning anyway, that's been passed down, or that society says that we are obligated to act a certain way, do a certain thing, always just accept it and keep going. But if we are to thrive and not survive being overwhelmed, then we have to learn to set boundaries. that we have to be self-aware. We have to be mindful. We have to be strong in the fact that it's okay to be weak, because spiritually, when we're weak, the Lord is strong in us. It's okay to be emotional, because that's part of our biology, and our emotional intelligence allows us to be great leaders and business owners across the board. We mentally, women, have to tell ourselves and give ourselves the pass that there is no standard to live up to when it's a standard that's set by someone else that causes us just to have to survive instead of thriving. So I just wanted to jump on this Thrive Thursday to encourage women, my sisters, my people, that we don't have to operate in overwhelm. We don't have to operate in survive mode, that there are ways mentally, emotionally, and spiritually that we can push the needle, that we can change the narrative, that we can build ourselves up and say, I'm going to thrive, and I'm not taking on other people's stuff about how that thriving should look for me. With my integrity and my character and my mission and my passion and my purpose, I will thrive, and I will manage my overwhelm, because I know who I am. And women, we're not just survivors, we're thrivers. So thank you for tuning in to Thrive Thursdays. Although I didn't stream live today at 9, I streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Follow, like, and connect with me on the platforms. They're in the post. So together, we can make a mindset pivot so we can thrive and not just survive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. See you next Thursday. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think, especially women. It's National Women's History Month.